Welcome to the third session of High Performance Leadership. I'm going to be talking to you about management by walking around, otherwise known by its acronym of MBWA. Another way of looking at this is walking around with a purpose. Now, in today's world of social networking, Twitter and a million other virtual communications methods, it's very tempting to believe you can actually lead from the comfort of your office, your car, your home. But in actual fact, you cannot beat the power of your presence and conversely, the power of your absence. Two recent examples of leadership failure come to mind. They are the 2008 bushfires in Victoria, Australia, where close to 200 people lost their lives, and the BP oil rig disaster in the Gulf of Mexico. Now, the leaders involved there, Christine Nixon, the Chief Commissioner of Victoria Police, and Tony Hayward, the CEO of BP, actually made the fundamental and fatal error of absenting themselves at a critical moment. In the case of Christine Nixon, it was on the night of the first day of the bushfires when she chose to go out for a meal with some friends of hers at a local pub. And obviously Tony Hayward was most famous for going sailing on the Isle of Wight. Now, this is not to say that Christine or Tony could have actually done anything physical to stop the fires or stop oil gushing out into the Gulf of Mexico. But what their people required of them at that critical moment was their physical presence. They needed to be seen, to be there where the action was. And it's a very fundamental point to remember that anytime anything critical is going on, it's where we create our leadership footprint. People remember for a long time what we do when the shit hits the fan. So back to MBWA. What is it? As I said, this is a key tool we have to create our leadership footprint. It's not California Smile training. It's not about wandering around saying, hi, hey, you guys, whoever you are, whatever you're doing, keep up the good work. In actual fact, if you do it like that, you'll be doing more harm than good. Now, let's go to that well-known management guru, David Brent, and get an example of how not to do it.
Hello.
Right.
You alright?
Yeah, good thing.
Did you see that film last night? It was Denzel Washington.
No, I didn't know.
He's brilliant. He's a brilliant actor.
And he's very good.
He's
very good.
Oh dear.
Yeah, I like him.
He's great. See you later.
Yeah, see you later.
He's not my favourite actor of all time, by the way.
Oh no.
No. My favourite actor of all time is Mr. Sidney Poitier.
Oh.
So, that's alright?
Yeah, this is amazing.
So here's a recipe for management by walking around success. Essentially, it's when, where and what you do. So what we're talking about is planning your presence and making meaningful contact with a wide range of people. Now, a few tips. Don't do what I did. I set myself a goal of managing by walking around every day when I ran an organisation of about 300 people. Of course, other less important things took precedence, and I found myself at 5:30 every day going, damn, I haven't done my MBWA. So what did I do? I did a quick run around the office, popping up like a gopher over cubicles, saying things like, hi, how are you? Keep up the good work. Luckily, I got some feedback from a trusted colleague who told me the effect of my management by walking around, which was, guess what? Here comes John, checking who's still at their desk at 5:30. The other mistake I made when I started doing this was I went to the places that were happy to see me. Naturally, we all go to where we get a good reception. And how do you think that was interpreted by my people? It was, here comes John again, talking to his favourites. So, this is the recipe. Don't do that. Break up your management by walking around so it is not on a schedule. Make sure you visit the places where you get a bad reaction as much as you visit the places where you get a good reaction. And most of all, ask meaningful questions when you get there. Ask people how you could help them do their job, how you could make things easier for them. Eventually, people will come to understand that you are actually being genuine. And if you follow up on any commitments you make, it will increase your leadership presence immensely. So the other thing to do when you're doing this, of course, is don't feel you have to talk the whole time. Ask the questions and then listen. Again, listening is a key skill. It's hard work. Let's have a look at another example of how not to do it. This one taken from classic film, Wayne's World.
Hi. Hey.
Hi,
Denson.
Dan.
Back with you on WPIG Maximum Grunt. All right, our special guests right now, Wayne Campbell, Garth Elgar, Wayne's World. All right. Talking about Waynestock. Very exciting, big event. Everybody's excited, huh?
Yeah, it's going to be a big concert at Adlai Stevenson Park.
Uh-huh.
It's just going to be a big party, you know. We got some great bands coming.
Uh-huh.
Like Aerosmith?
Uh-huh.
I just want to remind everybody that there's still plenty of tickets left.
Uh-huh.
But that's no reason to wait till the last minute.
Uh-huh.
Because it's just a chance for the city of Aurora.
To do something.
Uh-huh.
Fun.
Uh-huh.
And to put the city on the map.
It's a lot of work.
Oh, well, work is hard.
You're not really listening to me, are you?
Uh-huh.
I mean, I could say anything right now, like, you're a complete tool.
But you wouldn't hear it, 'cause you're a freak with a microphone.
Uh-huh.
It's not even challenging anymore. It's like shooting fish in a barrel. Isn't that true, Sphincter Boy?
Uh-huh. What? Oh! They're getting closer all the time. All right, good information about Waynestock. Very exciting. We'll be back with more right after Pig Sports. Right now, it's 16 minutes past the big hour. Is that not right, Mr. Scream? Great, good stuff. I think people are getting really cranked.
If you can't do management by walking around properly, don't do it. By that I mean if you're tired, you're distracted, you're feeling ill, then don't spread your germs, basically. You'll do more harm than good. I want to finish with a story from a leader in Australia Post who actually demonstrated the power of presence in every way. I'm sure you'll remember Australia hosted the Olympics in Sydney in the year 2000, and this particular team in the philatelic area of Australia Post actually had their own mini Olympics. They took what was normally an 8-week process of stamp design and production and actually compressed it so that it could be done overnight. And essentially what they did was, for every Australian gold medal winner, the next day after they'd won the medal, you could go into a post office and buy a stamp with that gold medal winner on it. Now, those of you who are interested in sport will know that it was a fairly successful Olympics, the home ground advantage for the Australians. And the leader of this area, whilst she wasn't involved in the technical work, actually made sure she went in overnight and demonstrated the power of her presence, that she was there with her people, she would buy food and take it in, she would, if there was an issue, in one case there was some drunken AOC members that needed to be dealt with, she would actually deal with it. But basically, she was there to support her people. That's leadership in action. Yeah, and I'm sure you can imagine what her employee satisfaction scores were like. In session 4, we will be covering the second key leadership behaviour, reinforcement. See you then.